Hello traders, it's Samurai Trader here. Welcome to this training session. In this session I'm going to do something a little bit different. Rather than talking about trading setups and strategies and winning losing trades, etc., I want to talk about getting our thinking right as traders, and I want to briefly talk about psychological damage done to traders. Now you may be thinking, what the hell, what's he on about? Well, traders, remember, we're trading. It's not us against the market, it's us against ourselves. And over 70% of the traders I deal with are experienced traders, and many come to me with a great deal of, it's true, psychological damage. Because what can happen is we go and blow our accounts 3 or 4 times, and the amount of damage that does to our confidence, our self-esteem, etc., is enormous. So there are things we can do about it, but even more importantly, if you're coming to me as a member or joining me as a member for the first time or as a student, let's get it right from day one. Let's really work on this, because it'll make a massive difference when it comes to your trading results. Now, as always, I'm going to be talking about trading, even though not specific setups. If you haven't already read my disclaimer, please do. But let's get straight into this, because I don't want to make this a war and peace video. So first of all, to achieve massive success as a trader, you require 3 cornerstones, or 3 legs of a stool if you like. You need to have winning rules-based strategies. That's easy. I give you all the strategies you'll ever need. You'll never need to buy another course or another strategy or software program, etc., ever again. That's the easy part. But the second cornerstone is confidence. You need to develop confidence. Now, of course, Eric Anderson and many others, they talk about it takes up to 10,000 hours of focused study to actually become a master at something. Well, you can greatly accelerate that by modeling, which we're going to briefly talk about in a moment. But there's the third cornerstone, which is really important, which is not only having the right strategy, having the confidence, but also you have to develop competence. There's a lot of confident fools out there. Is that you've got to have the competence when it comes to trading, because remember, you're going up against some very, very smart people out there. So it's very, very important that you build those skills. Now remember, success in this business or in any other business is something you attract by the person you become. We need to help you develop, and you need to develop yourself into a master epic day trader. So let's really go back to grassroots very, very quickly. When you look in the mirror at the person staring back at you, I should say, is your toughest opponent. He or she's tougher from the markets. Master him or her and you master the markets. In other words, you're the greatest challenge. And I actually have traders get angry at me. They'll get really angry. It's their problem. It's because they've developed a lack of self-esteem. They're letting themselves down constantly, and they're looking for blame. Traders, we are responsible ultimately for our trading results. Now, one of the great things about trading is, I'm going to show you some ideas to really accelerate your learning in a moment, is thanks to simulators now, you don't have to risk 1 cent until you master the setups and the strategies and you develop the confidence and competence. That's one of the great things about trading nowadays. Now, getting back to the slide here, human beings absolutely follow through on who they believe they are. In other words, we act consistently with who we believe we are. If subconsciously you believe that you're not going to make it, well, guess what? And almost certainly you're not going to make it. You need to reframe and develop the right mindset when it comes to trading. You need to work on that. So how do we do that? So the question is, what are one of the ways of developing confidence, the confidence that epic traders have? It's called modeling. Now, I have folders here of millionaire traders, of other great traders. I constantly Googling, cutting out articles. I've got the books, I've got the magazines, and I'm looking, what is their secret sauce? What makes them great? Well, you tend to find that great day traders are aggressive, they're smart, they're fast, they're decisive. And so you really want to study this, because you're here obviously watching these videos because you want financial freedom. You want to learn how to master the art of day trading. Well, it's not easy. That is, you've got to put, well, when I say it's not easy, anyone can do it, but you've got to put the work in. You've got to master yourself. You've got to master the setups. So what are some of the ways we can do this? Well, watching YouTube videos of millionaire traders, read about and study epic day traders and swing traders. But one thing I want to say here is, when you go on Google, for an example, there's a ton of stuff on there. Don't get pulled into purchasing another course or software package. Now, if you own Day Traders Fast Track program, the only investment you've made for that's $197. It's all there. You don't need to buy another strategy. Don't go and get suckered into paying thousands upon thousands of dollars for a software package, or for magic indicators, or for a new course. Very, very important. You've already got that as a member of mine. You've got everything you need. But the thing that we need to work on is the head stuff. Probably 9 out of 10 emails that I receive daily are from the traders that are challenged mentally when it comes to trading. So, if we talk quickly about skill and talent. Now, talent is something that you have personally. Some people are born talented when it comes to sports. There are just some gifted athletes. They just have the talent. But skill is something that you can learn, and that's the great news, is that if you look up in a dictionary the word skill, what does the word skill mean? Practiced ability, properly trained or experience. Now, you can develop confidence by modeling and watching what other traders are doing, and the great news is you can also develop the skill set through practicing, properly training yourself and gaining the experience to trade. Anybody can master this if you put the time and effort in. But what I'm going to do is show you how to fast track this. Rather than me talking to you about 10,000 hours of practice needed, you can do it a lot quicker. So how do you gain 1 year's experience as a trader in 1 or 2 weeks? By executing 30 trades a day. Now, I'm not talking about live trading initially. Simply trade a lower time frame, and it's great for experience. It's great for screen time. It's great for teaching you speed in executing trades and overall confidence. Now, we know this saying, repetition is the mother of learning. So let's just say here that you want to trade 1 hour candles, or maybe 4 hours if you're trading Forex, or 5 minutes, or 2000 range, or tick charts, or whatever. Lower the time frame and make yourself trade more regularly. Over a period of time, you develop confidence. Okay, now remember, the Day Traders Fast Track strategies, they work on all time frames and all markets. So what I want you to do is start executing in simulation. I'm not talking about real money here. The setups more often. You want to gain the experience a lot quicker, because one of the challenges that we have in trading, we get bored and we start taking risky trades. So this is something I want to show you. Now, for members here, I'm going to email you this out with this video. If you don't get it, please drop me an email and I'll send this as a Word document. You can either retype this. This is just an idea and something I put together for another trader. Now, I initially had this put together for one of my traders on 20 trades a day, but some of my guys are scalping the hell out of the market and they're doing 50-60 trades a day. So look, 30 trades is something you could do easily on the ES or on the NQ over a 2 or 3 hour period. So let me just run through this with you, this little tool, and it's just going to help you develop your skills a lot quicker. Remembering, we are doing this in simulation. Now, as I'm about to go through this, just remember, if you've got a daily profit target of $200 to $400 a day per contract on the ES, for example, 7 5-tick trades a day net is $400 a day after brokerage. Let me say that again. 7 5-tick trades a day is $400 a day. Now if you're executing 30 trades a day, you're going to achieve 7 net after all your losses easily, following the right setups and strategies. So what it comes down to is learning how to scalp initially. Now let me just say again, this is in training mode. You may choose not to be a scalper or scalp such short term, but it's a great way of developing your skill set. Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. So here's what I've got here. Number one, you need to raise your standards and make this a must. That is, you need to be trading or taking rules-based trades only. Okay, the 834.89 confirms trend. This is just a little rule we've got here, and the setups that you can see we've got on the screen here. Let me just get this up again for you. Right now, if we look at what are the best trades, your T1s, your T2s, ignore that KS5, that's just one of the indicators I use. T6, so your divergence trades, only for indications of divergence. Now remembering, as a new trader, please do not counter trend trade. Only trade with the 834 and 89. Trend trade only. I promise you it'll make your life a lot easier. Now likewise, if you've been struggling with your trading as an experienced trader, ban yourself from counter trend trading. Lift your standards, raise your standards, and make it a must. You must not counter trend trade. Now your T9s, T10s, and T20s, all of those are really a change in trend confirmation trade. But then you get into your T21s. Now your T21 is your first pullback or retracement after a T20, which confirms the trade. It's a very high percentage trade. So you want to be trading your T1s, your 2s, okay, your T21s, your T25s, your 34Bs, your 89s, and maybe leave your 200s out for now. But all of those T1s, T2s, T21s, T25s, they're all trend following trades. Focus on one or two to begin with. You may say, okay, I'm only going to do T2s and maybe the 34Bs. They're very high accuracy, particularly the first 3 or 4 after a T20. Don't forget that. So what you're going to do here is you're going to put your date in. So this represents trade 1. You can put a cross through it when you make your first trade, and under that trade just quickly write in, was it a T2? Put T2 in, then a win-loss. Okay, what you want to do is to develop confidence. Now, having worked with traders for many years now, one of the things you want to do is develop the confidence, and remember, and developing the discipline. Please remember that discipline is like a muscle. The more often you practice your discipline, the easier it becomes. Likewise, executing trades. So many traders suffer from the psychological damage of blowing their account a number of times. Maybe they haven't followed the rules. Maybe their risk reward's been wrong. Maybe they've been risking, and I still see junk on the internet promoting 5% risk parameters. Absolutely crazy stuff as a day trader. Start trading correctly. Lift your standards. You can do this, traders. Now you'll develop self-trust by executing a couple of hundred trades where you follow the rules. Now once again, I'm not talking about not having any losses within that couple of hundred trades, but following the rules. For an example, does the 8, 34, and 89 confirm the trend? Is it within the first 3 or 4 pullbacks or retracement within a new trend? Because they're your highest probability trades. Because what you need to redevelop or develop if you're a brand new trader is discipline, focus, and patience. Okay, as most of you know, I call myself a sniper. I'm waiting for the right trade setups. But the thing I want to get back is particularly is this focus I talk about, and I share with you the stuff ups I make, and virtually every time it's because I'm multitasking. Focus when you day trade. Lock away 2 hours a day and do this. Now you may choose not to be a scalper, but as I've mentioned it, without the risk of repeating myself continually, get in the habit of doing it. Wax on, wax off. For more trades you execute in simulation where you are following the rules to a T, the greater the self-trust you will develop. That is really important here. So drop me an email if you want this Word document. So I've got this as a Word document, so you can move it around, put more trades on there or less trades, or change this document. But traders, wax on, wax off. This is about learning to develop self-trust, or relearning self-trust as a trader. So let me quickly just talk a little more, traders, to that 70% of traders that have come to me for retraining. You need to draw a line in the sand. You need to focus on 1 or 2 setups, and you hear me talk about this, that when you've mastered 1 or 2 setups and you own those setups, that is, they're consistently making you money, then move on to another 1 or 2. But what you've got to really do, traders, is work on the head stuff, model others, keep your trading journal. I want to see you achieve massive success. Now when we launch the live trading room, we're going to be drumming this home day in, day out. We're going to be talking about success. You're going to be watching us trade live. We're going to be slapping you around. As Jack Welch says, lack of candor is the greatest killer of business today. Well, not being candid with you as your coach is going to kill you as a trader. I want to see you achieve massive success. Now, sorry if I'm slurring there. It's been a long day, long night. Just one more thing, traders, and I'm in my 50s. This is for the traders that are in their 50s and 60s and even 70s. You can't teach old dogs new tricks. Just a lot of the old dogs don't want to be taught new tricks. You might have to work extra hard because you need to change your way of thinking. You can master this, but you've got to throw out the window the old stuff and your old way of thinking. You can master your mindset. You can change your mindset through NLP techniques, through reframing, through modeling. But for some of my older traders, you seem to be the most difficult when it comes to the psychology side of it, or retraining. But you can do this. How bad do you want it? So traders, I've gone on, perhaps this is 18 minutes, but go and look at what other master traders are doing. Look at the stuff from the good point of view. That is, what can I learn? How can this help me? How can this help me make money? How can it change my mindset? How can it improve my mindset? Thank you, traders. I hope you get some ideas out of this short video. Thank you.